NXT in your house.
I get that In Your House is a cool and vintage WWE pay-per-view name, but if I'm being perfectly honest, it had more of a convenient impact when WWE was forced to be behind closed doors due to COVID-19, and now I'm wondering what the purpose of its existence is now.
Breakker defends his title.
Joe Gacy apparently has become Discount Bray Wyatt and now controls the ability to mess up the opening video packages.
Were you expecting someone else?
Joe Gacy loves to troll the fans who have been desperate to see the return of Bray Wyatt in WWE about as much as I do. You know, it's a sad shame, NXT not bringing in the classic In Your House stage like the previous two editions of the pay-per-view did. Even if they're trying to keep this unique stage for NXT 2.0, you couldn't at least change up the entrance with a classic door or something? It's hard to tell if Santos Escobar is trying to be intimidating or if he's trying to bring back the failed stable known as Retribution with that look. Decide.
The stakes.
Legado del Fantasma was posing for about 7 seconds before the technicians realized they were supposed to drop their banners from the ceiling. The D'Angelo family's entrance apparently requires a 2-minute cinematic package first before they can appear on the stage.
Will join the other team's family.
Well, then that practically confirms that Tony D'Angelo's team is winning given they're the crazy bad guys, and the good guys always seem to lose this match to further continue a feud.
D'Angelo Escobar.
D'Angelo Escobar? Oh my god, did they somehow have a child together and give the kid each other's names?
Joel from behind, shoulders down and hey.
Even after Joaquin Wilde released the schoolboy roll-up with a 1 count, the crowd continues to count to 2. I bet they just wanted an excuse to chant "too sweet" like they always do.
Away from Tony D'Angelo and what he's achieved.
I won't lie, I like the small detail that NXT has here. Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo never once took their eyes off each other while their partners were doing battle in the ring. Goes to show how intense this feud really is.
Originally rough.
Darn, if only Cruz del Toro was able to land on his feet in this exchange. Santos Escobar reacted too late from Tony D'Angelo's chop block, not to mention he landed backwards as if Tony tripped him that way, when Santos should actually be buckling down going forwards with the impact of that chop block.
Boom, right down.
While that was an impressive double team move, the impact of Channing Lorenzo's elbow drop from the top rope caused Cruz del Toro to accidentally whack him in the head with his legs. Gotta be more careful with that.
Oh, nice takedown.
That was not a nice takedown at all, Vic. Cruz didn't even do anything to trip Channing, who fell backwards on his own accord. That looked more like Tony D'Angelo whacked Troy Donovan on purpose the way he connected his elbow shot. When there were non-wrestling fans on Twitter looking at this, I wonder if they were so confused that 6 random letters were the top trend on the platform. Seth Rollins goes for a Phoenix Splash and never connects a cliche. Oh wait, this isn't Seth Rollins doing that. I guess nobody can connect the Phoenix Splash around here. Ceiling cam, not gonna lie, this was an awesome scene to witness. Both stables back to their feet on opposite sides of the ring after all that chaos, and they still want more. You love to see it.
Lorenzo.
Alright, that was a funny way to conclude this epic 6-man tag team match. Cruz knocked out Channing with a crowbar, and then Tony knocked out Cruz with brass knuckles. An unconscious Channing was pushed over onto the unconscious Cruz, and that's how it ends. I love that. Although Channing had to reposition himself so that his leg was at least over Cruz's unconscious body, so there's that to sin.
If she got in the ring with me, I'd officially make her ancient history.
Lash Legend claims that she can make Alba Fire history by stepping in the ring with her right after she was questioned about challenging Alba to a match and denying it. The entrance to the crowd from Katana Chance and Kaden Carter is what would happen if you combined the Shield with Naomi. Sounds cool on paper, but not when you actually see it. What's the deal with Mandy Rose always being late to NXT pay-per-view events? What was she doing prior to the show? Come on, focus! Focus! I can't see what's going on! Someone using a crappy iPhone that can't adjust its camera vision for this entrance or something? Gigi Dolan pretending that her NXT Women's Tag Team Championship belt is a gun. This is awkward.
Tonight be. Oh, and
Pre-match assault.
Carter tagging together.
Honestly, I think that dropkick would hurt Katana Chance a lot more than it would hurt JC Jane, considering Kaden Carter kicked Katana instead of JC. How that affected JC more than Katana is beyond me. Fine, you just want me to say it, since it's the second time in less than 10 minutes that you're showcasing the #1 trend. No one cares what's trending! There, are you happy now? I said it. I said the thing. I said the catchphrase.
I believed that I was going to be a world champion.
And then the Nexus was destroyed, and Wade Barrett suffered so many injuries, which sadly ruined that chance. But I mostly blame WWE for screwing up the Nexus all those years ago.
Well, yeah, of course, because it's an obvious answer.
For pretty much the entirety of this match, Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett are arguing with each other about whether or not Toxic Attraction is the real deal. Just shut the hell up with that and call the action in the ring like you're supposed to.
whoa, here's some of that.
Whoa.
That was amazing athleticism on the part of Katana Chance. I guess being an American Ninja Warrior pays off very well when you enter the WWE ring afterwards.
Imagine you were squirting with water from a toilet.
To be fair, that depends on whether or not there was urine in said toilet when the water was squirted. Caden's intention was to tackle JC onto Gigi to break up the pinfall, but she's got to be careful because they nearly went sailing past Gigi, which would not have broken up the pin. Imagine the match ended in that awkward way. This will get a double sin added to the counter. Katana did not position herself correctly and practically missed Gigi's body entirely, and at the same time, Gigi did not time her collapse right as she fell way before Katana could ever land on her.
Offense, we've seen them!
Damn, these women just can't seem to get the timing right on their big maneuvers. That's the second time Gigi dropped, or in this case, got dropped too early before Katana could land on her. This is really embarrassing. Apparently getting punched by Kaden Carter causes JCJ to start air swimming as if she's drowning. I can tell even from this angle that Kaden's right shoulder is completely off the canvas the way she landed from that German suplex. I bet the referee ignored it because he, like me, was bored of this poorly timed match. Singing to your reflection in the mirror while using Combs' microphones.
Let's get it back!
But first, let's find a way to get the hell out of here because I don't know how we got into this very dark room with no way out.
WWE Moonsault just dropped.
Who gives a shit about what?
Is by defeating.
This referee having trouble lifting up the NXT North American Championship to show to the fans that it's on the line. I mean, he had a good positioning and could have just lifted it up. You don't always have to hold it up by the straps, you know. After all, it's only the centerpiece that matters.
North American title has never changed hands at a June Premium Live event.
Well, because you said that, thanks for spoiling the result of this match, which is the North American Championship changing hands at a June Premium Live event. Asshole.
Mello is a
Cameron Grimes counters one single Hurricane Run and figures now is the perfect time to stand around and stare at Carmelo Hayes, who's questioning the logic of someone countering his moves. We're only 20 seconds into the match.
Solo Sikoa has started his own countdown.
Which actually ended up being the countdown to Solo Sikoa joining up with the Bloodline on SmackDown. I guess I'm just going to have to get used to these two performing great moves and then beginning a staring contest. Just going to check really quick to see if that was actually the stipulation for the match. Nope, traditional singles match. Damn.
On cue, NXT Universe showing love.
With how many times Cameron Grimes ducks from the punches, I'm actually surprised that Carmelo Hayes didn't realize that and think to aim for the midsection on the next set of punches.
Grimes, on the other hand, he got lucky with some memes.
Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up! Cameron Grimes had returned from a trip to the moon, and now he apparently wants Trick Williams to take a trip to his actual moon. Wink.
And the former champ, Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes clearly saw Cameron Grimes about to jump up and kick him and even slowed down to move to his side. And Carmelo wasn't even running that fast to begin with, so why didn't he just stop moving altogether?
You had to climb a ladder, that's the difference.
I'm honestly starting to think Wade Barrett has PTSD over the fact that he never successfully retained a championship in a ladders match and hated the concept ever since.
Back goes up, goes down, and what a...
Holy shit, that was brutal. When I first watched this, I was legitimately concerned for Cameron's well-being. Thank heavens he's not injured from that.
Into the cover goes a... Hayes didn't like that try.
Cameron Grimes kicked out after a 1 count, so Carmelo Hayes believes pinning him a second time will give him the victory. What in the fuck was that supposed to be? Carmelo hardly moved an inch and Cameron still missed him. Did Cameron miscalculate or something? Cameron Grimes is not even that hurt and just lets Trick Williams cuff him with a bandana, or whatever the hell that is.
Just got...
Conversations during matches, as you can clearly hear Cameron counting to 3 with Carmelo before they jumped.
At this point,
look for that. Oh!
Even if Carmelo didn't hang on to the ropes, there's no way Cameron would have been able to connect that poison Rana without messing up and landing in a scary position. We should all just be thankful that there are no injuries from this.
the ring.
You can clearly see that Cameron Grimes went sailing over both Carmelo and Trick, who both fell down for the joy of falling down.
And for the second time!
While this was an awesome match, I do question the booking of Carmelo Hayes losing his 6-month North American title reign to Cameron Grimes just to win it back 2 months later and hang on to it for another 3 months. Does WWE just not want him to break Velveteen Dream's record or something? Because in this day and age, I don't think anyone would give a shit about that.
We've studied his...
I know I mentioned this before, but Joe Gacy, Bray Wyatt, is on the phone and he wants you to stop imitating him. I'm just gonna ask this now. How does one go from a scary exorcist-looking witch to a cuddly child at a sleepover wearing pajamas and carrying stuffed animals and pillows? Being inside Wendy Chu's dream. This is actually making me feel very uncomfortable, not gonna lie. Wendy Chu realizes she slept in and is late for her match. Don't worry, Mandy Rose is always late to the show too. It's the battle to see who is late the most.
You're out of your mind.
Skittles, love it.
Did Vic Joseph just say Skittles? Where? I want Skittles! I want Skittles! Wait, there's no Skittles? Well, fuck you then!
2022 Revolution WWE.
Careful when using the word revolution. Tony Khan might take that as a threat and cry about it on a post-media conference. It was just a simple slingshot on one of those items from ball pits. Do I count that as a pre-match assault? Yeah, let's count it as the weirdest and most awkward pre-match assault sin I've ever placed in my 10 years of being a YouTuber.
female champion.
Given how Wendy Choo is completely covered in comfortable pajamas, I see this as a disadvantage for Mandy Rose, because Wendy's pajamas are practically cushioning her every bump.
If that happens, I would have no hair left.
Wade Barrett is offering to shave his head bald if Wendy Choo wins the NXT Women's Championship, and now I want Wendy to win more than ever just so I can see that. What was the point of the cartwheels, honestly? No offense, but that doesn't exactly increase the chances of your move to be any more devastating in comparison to running full speed ahead. That and the cartwheels allowed Mandy Rose to counter Wendy Choo.
Come out of the
Premature celebration. Does that technically count as Mandy Rose smashing a weapon in the face of Wendy Choo, even if said weapon was a cuddly pillow? Disqualification! Pillow vandalism, and I am so fucking bored.
ahead of our NXT title.
And then Braun Breaker accidentally whacks the lockers behind him and comedically falls over in pain. Judging by this video package showcasing the Creed brothers and their history of wrestling, I'm just going to assume they are winning the NXT Tag Team Championship tonight. Otherwise, why are we showing this build-up with the tagline, "Everything has led up to this"?
Absolutely, they just...
Pretty Deadly is a cute team, but this slow motion sequence is taking way too long. Wendy Choo already made me fall asleep earlier. Don't make me pass out again from waiting so long. These referees always look like they're absolutely done with their jobs. Or maybe Pretty Deadly annoys the shit out of this guy too.
Roderick Strong, who made such a strong stipulation.
Damn, you can resist making a strong pun all because Roderick has strong in his name. Bravo.
Competition, we saw that listed.
Kit Wilson failing to jump at the right time, which made this move hard to watch. Really hope the rest of this match doesn't have a lot of miscommunication, because then I'd probably have to add more than one sin later.
Technique, endurance.
Kit Wilson is scared of attacking Brutus Creed, so naturally he taunts both Creed brothers? I don't get this.
Is that the problem?
Oh, Wilson.
Julius Creed actually fell for the heel wrestler runs all over the ring just to get in the ring first and stomp on the face wrestler when they re-enter cliche.
And again.
What in the hell is even going on here? The referee just lets the illegal wrestler stay in the ring when he should be telling him to get the hell out of there. I get that the legal wrestlers are also applying submissions, but you gotta regain control. You run the wrestlers don't run you.
Snake.
Pretty angry chance. I'm getting pretty cranky while also looking pretty sexy. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Stop!
Is coaching from the audience allowed?
Yes, Wade Barrett is actually questioning the legality of fans being fans at a wrestling event. We've reached that level of, well, reaching.
Taking from Julius,
Julius Creed is already turning himself over onto his stomach before Kit Wilson can even try to turn him around for the Boston Crab. It's like he wants to be locked in the hold on purpose. Based on how Kit is positioned, I don't see how this Boston Crab is supposed to be hurting Julius at all.
Again, Brutus Creed back.
Huh, apparently taking a back suplex from Brutus Creed causes Kit Wilson to transform into a tree. Pretty Deadly is actually stupid enough to believe that the Creed brothers will intentionally use the Tag Team Championship title as a weapon and forfeit their chances of winning them. Pretty Deadly are pretty stupid. Since a stipulation has been placed for Braun Breaker to lose the NXT Championship if he gets disqualified, this automatically has me believe he's retaining the title. Sorry, Joe Gacy, but this stipulation is way too predictable.
Braun Breaker literally just ran through a wall.
An easily breakable wall, don't forget to add that in. And once again, is Riddle causing all this smoke, or is that the Street Profits? Whatever the case, I could barely see Braun Breaker.
And on Gacy, the referee, though, you hear the referee counting it.
By the time Braun Breaker stopped attacking Joe Gacy in the corner, the referee would have finished his 5 count. And yet, he didn't. Since referees don't want to see matches end in disqualification, what's the point of even enforcing these fucking rules?
Oh, we've seen Braun fly off the handle in lock.
Well, that was awkward. Braun figures Joe is going to send him sailing out of the ring. Joe says, no, go this way. Then there's even more miscommunication. Holy shit, this isn't good. If I were Braun, I would take the chair and then quickly whack the Druids with it because that's technically allowed. Braun would only be disqualified if he hit Joe with the chair. Can someone tell me how and why Joe Gacy did get disqualified for doing that? The answer is likely going to be bullshit, but give me your best excuse.
Breaker, who rejected to join Gacy.
Cult leader offers good guy a chance to join him. The good guy rejects, so now the cult leader goes after his championship cliche. Seen that many times before.
Who the hell will...
Sorry, but Bray Wyatt did that better.
Tire at this point.
Did Joe Gacy lose all sense of reality when Braun Breaker caught his arm? Not gonna kick him in the gut to slow down his momentum and regain control? Okay then, good luck losing the match, stupid dumbass. Vintage Eddie Guerrero trick without the charm that Eddie once had. Also, after all these years, how does anyone actually fall for this? Like, if I were Braun, I would have figured what Joe was trying to do and quickly tossed the chair out of the ring before the referee actually turned around and put 2 and 2 together. How is there a referee explaining this situation but not in any of the other 1,000 times this happened? I call bullshit. Finally, something cool happened.
Gacy's baiting Braun.
Winner of NXT in your house to bring you WrestleMania 30. And all the other times someone with a disqualification advantage dared the champion to hit them with a chair. Joe Gacy is addicted to bronze breakers.